So, again, I wasn't born in a business-savvy family, and the only person that I saw that directly involved himself into business from my immediate family was my brother. He was a university graduate, he had a degree, and before he passed away of cancer a few years back, he imagined himself doing business, getting into food business. It wasn't really fancy at first, it was something small. It was selling street food in front of a university in the Philippines. So he had his motorcycle here and his sidecar with frying equipment that he takes around schools to sell street food to students. He was so passionate about what he did. He was a great cook, by the way. He still didn't have a culinary degree, but he was one of the best cooks in the family. So he had his flavors down. He knows how to make his food. And best of all, he's really sociable. And that's what people liked about him. That was his charm. The good food that he served, his personality, his dedication to what he does made him all the more popular with the people he interacted with. With the success of his small street food cart, he was able to make enough money to evolve his sidecar and his whole gear, and he even opened up small kiosks in other locations, which allowed him to sell more fish balls, more street food at one time. He scaled it up. He didn't have to travel from one school to another just to sell fish balls. He had multiple kiosks that were selling fish balls or street food at the same time. Until finally, he got recognized by the first school that he put up his motorcycle in front of, and he was given a chance to have his own kiosk inside the school. That way he would have access to more students, more customers with proper seating. So from there, he expanded his product line from street food that were fried to burgers, pasta, shakes, and whatnot. And to tell you the truth, he didn't really start with any big funding, right? He just borrowed some money from my parents and my other siblings to start that business on his own. Sadly though, a few years after his success, he died of cancer. Even though I didn't spend that much time with him running his business, I did understand, or he did show me, that great things can come from small beginnings. And that very same idea inspired me back then to start with something small like a steamed bun that I would eventually get good at and then get known for and then grow because of. The same way he started his refreshments or snack kiosks in the schools with just a motorcycle with a sidecar with a frying pan and some fish balls and other street food is proof that a lot of great things, a lot of great businesses can start from something small. So no matter how small or big your idea is, as long as you can stand up for it, as long as you're passionate about it, and knowing the right timing, the right investment, and of course studying a few things like your market and perfecting your product, no matter how small it is, no matter how insignificant it is for others, if you put your heart and soul to it, if you do the right things, if you play your cards right, then you might just end up with something gold. You see, my brother wasn't ashamed to drive around town with a motorcycle selling street food, even if he had a university degree from one of the most known universities in the Philippines. And all because all he cared about was doing his thing. And that's one thing that you shouldn't be ashamed of if you also have that small idea, but you're thinking what other people might think about you. No. That is the very thought that's going to stop you from the greatness that you're supposed to be achieving right now by starting with that first small step. So whatever it is that's holding you back, you have to reassess yourself. Is it worth losing the opportunity of doing business because of this small thing that I'm thinking of that I think could hurt me? So coming from me, from all these experiences that I've had, don't be afraid and don't be ashamed to start small. Because from small things, from small beginnings, great things can come in the end.